So the reproductive system is a system that is totally different in males and females. So we're gonna be learning both systems. First of all, reproductive system. Okay, I just would like to start from the other point. Who remembers how many chromosomes, or maybe who knows, how many chromosomes a person has? 46, yes. 46 chromosomes. And there are two sets of 23 different chromosomes. So 23 chromosomes would come from your mother, and 23 chromosomes will come from your father. By the way, this signs, which one is for male and which one is for female? Male here. This is called shield of Ares. Ares is a Greek god of war, and here's his shield and his spear. Male. This is called mirror of Venus. So mirror of Venus, who is the goddess of beauty. So, and these 23 chromosomes that will come from the father will come with the sperm, which will carry DNA, those 23 chromosomes, and a mother will produce egg. So normally, when cells are damaged and need to create an exact copy of itself, let's say you cut your finger and your wound is healing, so it means that the cells are actively dividing. Every cell will create an identical cell, actually two identical cells, in a special division process that is called mitosis. Daughter cells in this case are identical to mother cell. So it goes, so DNA will get replicated, just the way we studied. You know, two DNA strands are pulled apart, complementary strands are being built, then everything separates, you get two cells. But we cannot go with sperm and eggs by using the same division, because if, let's say, this is a sperm and this is an egg, when they meet together to create a new baby, how many chromosomes we might get? Too many, yes. We're not going to count, no. We don't like to count. Too many. And then again and again and again, and you see a problem there. So the purpose of reproductive system to create a special kind of cells with reduced chromosome number, and that's why it's called reduction division or meiosis. Meiosis. Don't get confused. Mitosis, meiosis. This is called duplication division And let's call it meiosis, duplication division, or mitosis. Meiosis is actually special divisions that consist, special process consisting of two divisions, which we won't study in details in this course. And the only thing that I would like you to remember, that meiosis is a special division that reduces chromosome number. And it means in male reproductive system, a cell that initially carried 46 chromosomes will create a bunch of cells, each of which will carry only 23 chromosomes. It means that each chromosome will be represented just once and not twice. Same thing will happen in female reproductive system, where a cell, initial cell of 46 chromosomes that carries 46 chromosomes will create a bunch of eggs, well actually one egg, that will carry 23 chromosomes. So when the sperm and egg meet together, they will have 46 chromosomes, and this cell will be the first cell of a new baby, of a new person. Every cell in the body that has 46 chromosomes theoretically must be able to divide. Eggs and sperm carrying 23 chromosomes are not able to divide on its own. They either fulfill their whatever mission of meeting egg or sperm, or they die. They do not live long enough. So, okay, now we are going to look at the special organs of male and females that will help us to create those special cells, which are also called gametes, just to define that they are reproductive cells that carry a single set of 23 chromosomes. All right, male. Male reproductive system. By the way, it's very similar for female to female reproductive system and function, different in organs. So we have testes. Testes will descend into male baby's body by 7th month of pregnancy. And by the way, evolutionary, they will leave a weak spot for hernia in the place where they were located in the body where fetus was developing. So, because you know, like fishes, all the stuff, they have testes somewhere in the body. So, why do testes need to be like positioned kind of outside of the body? Because for the proper sperm development, you need lower temperature than the body provides. How does that relate to fertility or infertility? So first of all, the first ever birth control method invented in the Roman Empire is a hot bath. So the Roman, rich people, they before get involved in some entertainment, they would sit in a hot bath, raise the temperature of like everything, and then they go have a great time, and it's well, well, it creates kind of natural birth control. Also, if testes did not descend into male baby body, the baby needs to have a surgery, or there's a limited time that baby has to for the testes to descend. Otherwise, the temperature of the body will kill the developing sperm. Another example, like when a person is when a personal lifestyle is sedentary, like person watches TV all the time, keeps driving all the time, and not moving, once again, kind of testes will get a little bit higher temperature. It's which reduces the fertility. So, okay, need a little bit lower temperature to develop a sperm. Get your art supplies, and because we're just about to start drawing. Now, what are testes structure? Today I have an old edition of the book, so I will ask you to find the structure of testes Who can do it? Okay, it looks like that. You have to find some blue picture, and basically this is descended testes. You can see that it's a lot of tubules inside here, and if you cut it in half and you look inside, that's what you see. And these tubules are called seminiferous tubules. Look, they have some stuff, some cells that are concentrated slightly on the outside. Here in a hollow middle, cells will divide until the final sperm, until we get the final sperm, and final sperm will go in this hollow surface of seminiferous tubules, and finally all sperm will be collecting in the epididymis, another tubule where sperm will mature. Okay, what I want you to draw here testes. Just, yeah, it's hard to reproduce this picture. Produce sperm. I'm going to remove the second one. Then the sperm will be collected into epididymis. I want you to draw a long coil tube. It's right here. You will see in the lab on the model that it's kind of, laying around the testes, and it's called epididymis. Don't be confused with epiglottis or something that belongs to another system. It's epididymis. And put here sperm matures. Then we're gonna have another tube. This is a pathway for sperm delivery. And the next one is called vas deferens. By the time sperm matured in the epididymis, it is being put in vas deferens. Vas deferens stores the sperm. And the last final part of the pathway is urethra. That mechanically delivers the sperm into receptacle. So urethra also in males carries urine outside of the bladder. So we can say that in males urinary and reproductive system are connected to each other. They use the same urethra for urine or sperm to go out of the body. Of course, the urinary bladder will be shut down during the intercourse, so the urine will not use the same canal by which sperm is delivered. So now you know where vasectomy is, right? Look at the vas deferens. If vas deferens is being cut, so there's no way for the sperm to make it outside of the body, just get destroyed in the body. So, all right. And of course, here's external male organs like penis that takes care of the urethra. Now, what else the sperm needs to be successful? I would like you to open this picture. And let's look at that. So sperm is made in testes. Juicy epididymis right here kind of goes around the testes. Then we have vas deferens right here, not going into the bladder, but right to urethra right here, and it worked. It worked. Yeah. So, okay. So, let's follow. Pencil. Now look at that glands that are out there to make the sperm successful. We are like looking right here. And first vesicle right here is seminal vesicle. Seminal vesicle will, first of all, semen equals sperm plus secretions. Secretions will come from three glands: A, seminal vesicle, it's sugary solution of glucose because sperm will use it for energy to move. So I'm putting here glucose, plus I'm putting here bicarbonate ion. I favorite bicarbonate ion because vagina has a slightly acidic environment that prevents bacteria from being comfortable there. So it will slightly neutralize the acidic environment of the vagina, which makes the sperm viable. Then the next one is prostate gland. And the last one is bulbourethral gland, which will add some other chemical to make it mucus and to add more fluid to it. So everything is listed here. And for prostate and bulbourethral gland, it says contributes fluid to semen. These fluids, different kind of fluids, also will have sperm move. Now, how does the sperm move? It has a tail, flagella. Here's mitochondria that are located in this piece that will use glucose to propel itself forward, and it has like a cap full of enzymes which will be used later to dissolve certain substances the egg surrounds itself with. You can remember that bulbourethral is the last gland on its way. Everybody knows about prostate. Because in bulbourethral has urethra. It means that it's very close to urethra. Alright, the question is, where is testosterone? Where is the testosterone produced? For between this seminiferous tubulus in the testis, there are special cells that are called interstitial, between, that produce testosterone. Testosterone is necessary for developing secondary male features. So it's there. So let's draw seminiferous tubulus, or just tubulus that produce sperm, and in between them we will put cells that will produce testosterone. Okay. This is a male reproductive system. And do you know how Viagra acts? Well, not the result of it, but biochemical action of Viagra. Viagra was discovered, probably some of you know, when a company was trying drugs for like heart attack and something else. So the results of Viagra action of cardiovascular system was like so the company decided not to bring the drug on the market, but there were people in the trial that kept coming to the company and asking, give us some more, yeah, we like the drug, we like, oh, how's your heart? Well, the heart is kind of the same, but we like the drug. So finally they found out that apparently it has Viagra has some other side effect rather than making your cardiovascular system healthy. So it inactivates enzymes that takes care of so-called of the other chemical. Well, it actually disrupts the process, leaving a certain chemical. It inactivates enzyme that inactivates the chemical that is responsible for relaxing smooth muscles that are delivering the blood flow into penis. The whole process is being started with nitric oxide. Is released into bloodstream. Nitric oxide is released when the person feels excitement, and then there are a bunch of enzymes, and then nitric oxide will produce that chemical, and then a special enzyme in the body will take care of eliminating this chemical. So if we eliminate this enzyme, which Viagra does, so the erection will last longer. The whole mechanism is outlined in not in this book, not in old edition, but in a newer edition of your book, along with the external structure of male reproductive system. But we are moving toward female reproductive system, and the last piece of information that is needed here is that male reproductive system, sperm development testes are controlled by hormones that are coming from the brain. Where do I draw brain on this picture? Let's put the name here, brain, and indicate two hormones, actually three, but first hormone activates the other two. What I want you to know, follicle stimulating hormone and luteinizing hormone that will act on testes to complete the development of the sperm. As you can see here, it's follicle stimulating hormone and luteinizing hormone, and it sounds like it should be related to female reproductive system. But the thing is that these hormones, they were discovered first in females, but they act in both sexes. So that's why we have so female sounding hormones in male reproductive system. It's just chemicals that come from the brain and activate testes. And whereas too much sperm, so the brain is being shut down for production of these hormones. Now let's look at female reproductive system. Which might look similar. Here we have ovaries. Once again, meiosis happens here. I'm going to draw brain, pituitary gland of the brain, and two hormones, follicle stimulating hormone and luteinizing hormone acting on ovaries. Then I would like you to open a picture of ovaries, and what do you see there? I need you to find something like that picture. Something similar. So, what is the page number for the new edition?
I haven't got it by now. 370.
370. Look at 370. You'll find this block. You see primary follicle, which goes through the first division of meiosis. You see secondary follicle, where is an egg, or outside, see this yellow huge cell. By the way, caviar is a fish egg. Of course, we know chicken egg. Usually the reproductive cell, the egg is the biggest cell in the body. Why it's so big? Because it carries all the cytoplasm, all the mitochondria, all the goodies for the first baby cell. Sperm carries just DNA. That's why we have plenty of sperm, just one egg. Making an egg is extremely expensive for the body, so it takes extreme care making egg. Okay, oocyte. Here's what is called ovarian cycle. Happens in the ovaries. Ovaries will produce estrogen and progesterone. Which will affect, I want you to keep that in mind that this is two-tier system, which will act on uterus. Uterus function is to provide an environment for embryo and fetus pregnancy. When egg is matured, so what process is drawn here? What do you think?
Ovulation.
Ovulation. Yes. This is the process of ovulation where the egg is being expelled from the ovaries and it is being moved in a special tube, oviduct or fallopian tube that will deliver it to the uterus. I'm drawing like fingers, some finger-like structures right here, because that's how fallopian tubes will end. It will not directly touch the ovaries, and that's why abdominal pregnancy is possible. Because that's why complications like female complications are possible. If something escapes through that narrow gap into abdomen. Of course, this structure is fully ciliated, so there's a brush of cilia, kind of, shoveling an egg into fallopian tube. Fallopian tubes or oviducts towards the uterus. So this is an egg movement towards the uterus. Now, the uterus has cervix, kind of the opening of the uterus. And cervical cancer has a high prevalence against in females. That's where pap smear is being taken. That's in pap smear. The cells that are located on the cervix are being checked for having normal structure, because they're first ones to kill cancers. And then we have vagina. Which allows sperm in, or the egg will go outside. Reproductive system in females are not connected to urinary system, so not like in males. Now the sperm is being delivered here, and then the special contractions and the movement of the sperm will move it down here where fertilization might happen. So normally fertilized egg will go and descend into uterus, but it can implant right here in fallopian tube, which is not desirable pregnancy. It should be because only uterus has all the conditions and nutrients necessary for the fetus growing. Or fertilized egg can even escape right here and create an abdominal pregnancy somewhere in the body. Well, it's of course this tube will not go to full term, but may create some trouble for a woman. Now, also, you know. Some people try to choose the sex of the baby. The most ancient way of getting daughter and son is to manage the intercourse close to ovulation, because Y carriers, you know, sex chromosomes X and Y. Y chromosomes will create males, and if sperm carries X chromosome among these 23 chromosomes, it's gonna be female, because egg can carry only X chromosomes. So Y is faster. As the sperm carries X, it lives longer. So that's what was used, like ovulation happens in the midst of woman's cycle, like 14th day, theoretically. If intercourse is done close to ovulation, there will be Y sperm reaching the egg faster. If the intercourse is postponed, like several days, or not postponed, but like done before the ovulation, like, several days, so, and then ovulation happens, because, you know, fertilization can not be done in the ovaries. It could be done on the right here. So then the only living sperm, the majority of it will be X-carrying sperm, so people are more likely to get a job. All right. Now, uterus. What I would like you to know about the uterus. Oh, see, the egg can get into abdominal area, but also some uterine tissues can end up right here in abdominal area, which is another complication, another female disease, this open gap that exists right here. So uterus has a special lining. I would like you to draw this lining and color it in a different color, possibly red, because this is a reason for menstruation. Once a month, this lining is called endometrium. And this lining is growing in response to hormones that are released from the ovaries. And then, if the egg had not been fertilized, this lining had to be shed. It's consists of like very cushy tissue with a lot of blood vessels and so on that are made to deliver nutrients and create a placenta for the baby if the egg is fertilized. But if it's not, this lining is replaced every month. Now I would like you to look at that picture again and notice that when the egg is expelled, there's a special structure left. It's called corpus luteum. What is corpus luteum? It's your parents when you gone to college. So what I mean, corpus luteum is carefully watching over the uterus and sends progesterone to maintain this endometrium lining. So primary follicle produces estrogen, and then secondary follicle produces a little bit of estrogen and a little bit of progesterone. I would like you to find this picture. And look, this is ovarian cycle, this is uterine cycle. Those cycles are coordinated. And when corpus luteum produces progesterone, and then when implantation does not happen, so the kid, fertilized egg, didn't send any signal that it's being implanted in the uterus, so corpus luteum sadly disintegrates and endometrium lining is shed. So here's the woman's period and everything will start over again. This is what happens with non-pregnant female. If female gets pregnant, it means fertilized egg that gets its ability to divide, because it's not, now it has 46 chromosomes, will grab endometrium and make placenta. Placenta is something that is being made between endometrium and a part of the embryo. This placenta will send human chorionic hormone, which is a basis of pregnancy tests, and this hormone will maintain corpus luteum. Corpus luteum, and corpus luteum will continue sending progesterone and will suppress the development of other follicles. Okay, here, human chorionic gonadotropin, ACG, which maintains corpus luteum in the ovary until placenta begins to produce its own progesterone, which suppresses the ovary and suppresses period until the pregnancy is carried full term. All right, what is, we have time just to go over the vocabulary. The most important part here is to remember that ovarian cycle and uterine cycle are coordinated. Ovaries are controlled by follicle-stimulating hormone. Follicle-stimulating. Follicles are those cells from which eggs will come from. And luteinizing hormone. Now you know what corpus luteum is. Ovaries is the place that produce estrogen and progesterone to manage uterine cycle. in case of pregnancy, there is another hormone that placenta makes that will make in corpus luteum and suppresses making of the other eggs and having periods until placenta is able to make its own progesterone to continue with the pregnancy. Keep in mind that here is a gap that creates a lot of female dysfunctions. And yeah, what is menopause? What cycle stops? Yeah, ovaries are no longer making estrogen and progesterone. Estrogen is responsible for the strength of your bones. So it's the hormone replacement therapy or exercise for women to maintain a good bone structure. Now, what are those birth control pills? Progesterone. They're based on progesterone. There are two kinds of birth control pills. The first ones are based on the wrong, not natural combination of estrogen and progesterone, when your uterus is not specifically is being able not to accept pregnancy. Like morning after or whatever pregnancy control pills, mostly progesterone, because it cancels pregnancies. So it will not, it will shed endometrium lining. So dependent on what kind of progesterone concentration of progesterone, it's either like could be like mini abortion, which is not really abortion because it's like the embryo is not quite there; it's just a cell or something, or it's just changes the structure of the endometrium, which should be there to have a pregnancy, and it's not able to accept a fertilized egg. IUD device, if implanted in the uterus, it makes uterus to believe that the pregnancy is already there, so it will not implant, uterus will not let the other egg implant. Okay, let's go over the vocabulary. Male reproductive system, testes, then what? Epididymis, then what? Vas deferens, yes. And add 3 glands. Like in the words like 3 glands, or just list them, okay? Put it on. Female reproductive system, ovaries, then what? Oviduct, then what? Uterus with cervix. You must know where it is located. And then what? Hormones that run ovarian cycle come from brain and are called follicle stimulating hormone and luteinizing hormones. They are absolutely necessary for the ovaries to develop. Hormones that run uterine cycle come from ovaries are called and progesterone. Semen consists of and secretions, gland secretion. Vasectomy is cutting, and tube ligation is cutting oviducts. Menopause, I mean, which cycle ends, uterine or ovarian?
Ovarian.
Yeah, ovaries are no longer producing these hormones, so uterine cycle ends. And of course, the making of the ovaries, making of eggs, not good. Endometrium. Yeah, lining of the uterus that allows pregnancy. Epididymis. Yes. Corpus, well, it's luteum, not luteus. What is that? Okay, how do we say it in like normal words? Because it's a place where egg has been secretes progesterone. Yeah, and here's a huge sub-chapter on like sexually transmitted disease, which is basically that bacterial, viral. Bacterial could be treated with antibiotics, viral could not, could be just like mating, like HIV or something. Okay. Have a great vacations. I'll see you in April.